Hello everybody, welcome back to HODL Crypto, your only number one source for NFT calls and DeFi trades. Today we'll be talking about something interesting, something amazing that I've come across these past few months. It's called yield notes, and so happens that you all know that we're currently in a bear market, or so presumed to be in a bear market. Now you want to be able to reuse your assets that are currently down and they're depreciating at an exponential rate into something that you can passively hold on to and passively make you money every month. And that, my friends, is called yield notes. Now, this is not any financial advice, nor is this anything that I'm asking you all to actively get into. All of y'all need to do your own research first, as how I have done my own research on this protocol. That's why I'm sharing with you all. Now, what is the yield notes? As we all know, the node stigma right now in DeFi space, it's not really that I would say sought after, because there are a lot of these 100,000 APY nodes. Get in these nodes and you'll make you rich by the end of the year. All these are unsustainable. Now, what makes yield nodes different is that it is a master node. Now, what is a master node? A master node basically is a it is basically a right here. It says multi-tiered node rental program based on a blockchain. So what this means is that it has a bunch of these crypto companies or protocols that they're running under that is being owned by yield nodes. And essentially, every time at the end of the month, the profits that are created in these nodes will be divided out to their users in an 85% to 15%. 85% meaning that all of us will get 85%, and 15% will be given back to the team. Now, essentially, over these years, right, since 2019, they have been providing this amount of APY yields. So from the start, 11%, 12%. The lowest it has ever gone is 5% in the beta test period, and the highest it has ever gone is 19% back in 2021. Now, it is not a consistent. It is not a consistent amount of a return. Let's say it doesn't promise you 10% every month, or it doesn't promise you 20% every month, but it is a range between 5 to 15%. I think even 20% from what we've last called. But this is a great outlier. Now, why? Now, obviously, these kinds of projects that we get into, there are risks heading into it. Now, the one risk is that, let's say the entire crypto market crash. Yeah. But that so happens, I think that possibility of that happening is very low, considered down to zero based on how much is being created right now in this space. Unless you tell me the day after USDT just drops to zero and everything just goes into shambles, then crypto is essentially done for. Everything is gone. Yeah, basically that will happen. But I would say that the confidence I have in this project is pretty high, considering that this has been around since 2019 and is still being going on until today, and they have been consistently providing profits 5 to 15%. Now, the one thing I like about this project is that if so happens the yield drops below 5% for consecutively 3 months, they give you back everything. Your profits that are compounded and the payments, your initial investment, everything you have ever put into yield notes, they're going to give it back to you in 3 months. Now, that hasn't happened yet because we haven't seen a drop that drastic of 5% every month. But that's how much confidence the people and the company believes in this project. And so happens I do, because I like to see longevity in the project. I like to have a place where I can place my money in, where I wouldn't have to keep having a constant checkup on. And yield note so far has been very consistent with my views and alignments. Of course, it's still high risk because they still manage a bunch of these crypto projects, and all of them could go to zero any moment. Now, the minimum deposit right now is 500 euros, and the maximum you can deposit is $250,000, and the payment is payout every month. And you are locked in for a period of 6 months. And whatever you can do in the 6 months, you can either hold on to the passive money that you've made, or you can compound it 100% and create that growth exponentially. Good thing about this is that the interest and deposits that are placed in this project is in USDT or in Bitcoin. Now we'll go into that later, but you can see from this graph over here that if you were to stake a $500 every month for the last 2 years, it would have grown all the way up to $9,000. From a $500 deposit in 2 years, would have got $9,000. Now, I don't see any program or protocol that has ever given this much yield return, or so happens to actually have given it out instead of stating it on paper, just like other protocols. Now, back to how it works. In addition to the advantages of blockchain, it is possible to achieve interest yields by providing computing power storage space. It is not mining, so basically they are providing a proof. They don't mine for all these, but they manage all of these nodes. Yeah, they provide a proof of stake approach. Now, of course, there is risk involved. As you can see here, Masternode is not trading. It is a loss of capital and highly unlikely. Naturally, there are expenses, but servers are rented and contracts can be cancelled. Since the deposit stake becomes free again when a Masternode is switched off, nodes can pay back deposits anytime. So the core team is Docs right now, and these are like the core members on it. I've actually talked to Steve before. He's the CEO of YieldNodes, and you yourself can also ask him for any questions, but I try not to ask him questions because most of the requirements can actually be found in the FAQ right here. So the thing about Steve is that I like him because he actually cares about the project he's actually in and actually like replies to you promptly. Bear it about 1 to 2 hours after asking it, but he has so far answered every query I have on this project, and they have and he's actually boosted my confidence in actually adding more money into this, or actively adding more money into it. So these are the current networks that YieldNodes currently operates. Tritium, Sapphire, VaultWatch, all of these, they are currently having under. You can go take a look if you click all these links. But yeah, they are no shy of like just a handful. And they are partners with all of these current crypto projects. So you can see how much docs they are. Now let's take a look at the current dashboard we have here. It is a bit messy in the first place, but you can see that I've placed $1,300. Not a lot of money per se, I'm gonna actively put in more money, but from the first month we've already had $13 return. Now the reason it's $13 return is because I only initially placed in 500 euros, and it takes about 7 days for it to actually be converted into Masternode currency. Now, because of that, the payout of it is relatively low because it only calculated the last week of the month that I was in. And the last week of the month I was in already gave me $13. That's how much to say. So you can clearly see the weekly profits of 1% every 1% every week, compounded up to a whole of month. Now, if you want to deposit, you can click deposit. Oh, wait, before you do that, make sure you set up your two-factor authentication number here. Yeah. Now, once you do that, you can be freely to withdraw and deposit anytime. Now, there's 2 ways you can deposit. One way is through Bitcoin, and the other is through USD Tether. I like to use USD Tether because you're going to convert the amount based on what you have right now instead of Bitcoin. Because in Bitcoin, let's say you deposit today, 17th of May, for like $500 worth of Bitcoin. But tomorrow, the price dips to like what you thought $500 worth of Bitcoin was, is now $400, maybe $480, right? So it does fluctuate. So it depends on when they initially convert your Bitcoin amount. So don't be too worried about, wow, I deposited $500 or $1,000, but now it's worth like $980 or $970. This is a scam. No, it's because they converted it based on the time that they received it into Masternode. But if you want to be safe, USD Tether. Now, the next thing about withdrawal is that you have to complete your two-factor authentication before you can do any of this, and you can withdraw into USD Tether and Bitcoin. However, USD Tether, there is a 1% minimum conversion fee. Say you withdraw $1,000, $10 is in fee. Now, the reason they do that is because they want to make it, in a sense, fair, like how we're going to withdraw Bitcoin. Because if, let's say, we withdraw Bitcoin for like $1,000, but then the price dips to $970, in a sense, they want to create it in some in a fair way. But don't worry, they're not taking the money, they're actually repurposing it back into the pool to be redistributed back into profits. So that is a pretty interesting way of how they're handling it. So make note that withdrawals requested before the 15th of each month will be processed on the 8th of the next month. So if you request it before the first half of the month, by the next month you would definitely get back your returns. Now, transferred noded balance. Now, the difference between this and the current balance withdrawable you have right now is that the current transfer noded balance is what you currently have that can be transferred to withdrawn. Now, the way that this works is that because there is a 6-month lock-in period, so whatever money that has been compounded will be subjected to that 6-month lockup period. So let's say every month I get $100. Because I compound $100, if I do want to withdraw that $100, I would have to wait 6 months after, because they treat every compound and deposit as a new deposit. So there is a 6-month subjected period. So every 6 months after, whatever money you have will be subjected here to be able to transfer and be withdrawn. Now, with that said, we can take a look at their audits, and their audits are actually done twice every year, and they're actually done by individuals such as us, where they will actually fly us out to Malta into the headquarters, where they will be providing a rundown and full tour of how their operations work. And so far, I'm actually very impressed and impressed with how their audits work and how they are running the entire business. So like I said, if you were to put in $5,000 at the end of 2 years, you'd be subjected to $99,000. That's actually insane if you were to compound it. Or if you don't want to compound it, it's $20,000, which is still crazy. 300% APY after two years. That's actually crazy. Now, I have nothing else that I can say that would talk about yield nodes. Please do your own research. I'm just giving you guys a chance to make money, especially insane amounts of money. Not insane amounts, but stable returns for node programs in this current bear market situation. We won't know how long the bear market will last. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, we won't know. But this is an outlook program that I've actually have high confidence in, because I've been actually researching about this and keeping track of this program for the past few months already. So make sure you KYC before you deposit, so you can have a withdrawal. Now, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy, and make sure you do. If you do enjoy this kind of content, make sure you join the Patreon. I'll be giving away these kinds of early information and calls, DeFi calls or NFT calls, on my Discord every day. And if you guys have any questions or any queries about upcoming projects or whatever I'm looking into, do join the Discord, because everyone in this Discord is making money, and we're gonna make money together. We're gonna have a tight-knit community, and we're all gonna share all the information we have together. All right, so if you guys take a look, make sure you just join the Discord. Seriously, I'm providing out these kinds of information on projects that I'm really invested in, and these kinds of projects that I'll even give you the risk assessment, the period of how I'm holding, and how I'm gonna run up with. The chat's fire right now. We're all discussing about different kind of projects in it. So I hope that you all do join the Discord. If you do enjoy the content I'm producing, I'm still very small right now, but I hope that together we can grow a community alike, and that all of us can create something and make money together in this market that we have today. An opportunity that not all of us are so fortunate to have. But right now, that's all we have right now. So do take a look at the Discord, join up, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Goodbye.